my imperfect perfection. I asked my husband for money to make my hair. He looked at me and said quietly, I don't have much on me, but take this N2500. N2500? I was angry, furious even. We'd been married for just a year, and any time I asked him for money, he'd always give me something that wasn't enough. Not even close. Since I moved in after the wedding, I hadn't gotten a job. I lived on his monthly stipends, which were barely enough to meet my personal needs. And now, I was 6 months pregnant. What will I do with N2500? I told you I want to braid my hair. The attachment alone is N6000. The hairdresser will take in $4,500. What do you expect me to do with this money? I snapped. He looked at me, calm but worn out. Babe, you know I'm doing all I can. The wedding drained me. I exhausted all my savings. The money I put down monthly now comes from soft loans I get at work. Just bear with me. It's just a season. Sighs deeply. Bear with me. That was what he always said. I hissed and stormed out. I was still boiling inside. It was a sunny Saturday afternoon. I went to my usual hairdresser's shop. It was locked. Where on earth did this woman go on a weekend like this? I muttered. Frustrated, I walked to another salon 3 streets away. I had never been there before, but my neighbor once mentioned the woman was good. I just wanted to stay out, away from my husband and my thoughts. When I got there, the salon was calm. Just one customer, almost done. I was offered a seat and politely declined water. Then I overheard the girl who accompanied the customer saying, Hey Salome, that's the guy I've been telling you about. The one driving that car. They both turned to peep through the door. I followed their gaze. It was my husband. He was driving slowly over a bump. That's him. I've tried everything to get his attention, but nothing. Every evening he goes to his friend's shop, gists, and goes home. His friend told me he's married. But so what? Married men can't make friends again. She paused and sighed. Honestly, I envy his wife. His attitude made me believe faithful men still exist. My jaw dropped. My heart pounded. They were talking about my husband. My husband! The other girl replied, maybe his wife gives him peace. That could be why he's so focused. I froze. Did I give him peace? Truthfully, no. If I were to score myself, I wouldn't even get 50% on peace, food, or intimacy. I nagged a lot. I hadn't cooked anything special in a long while. Our sex life? Almost non-existent since the pregnancy started. There are still faithful men, sincerely, the hairdresser added. I wish he was mine, the lady sighed longingly. Without thinking, I muttered, God forbid. They all turned to me, startled. I quickly covered up. Oh, it's a message. I didn't know I said that out loud. My husband had called earlier. I didn't pick. Still angry, but now I quickly dialed his number. He picked up immediately. Babe, I didn't see you at your salon. Where are you? I gave him the location. Okay, I'm coming right away. 3 minutes later, he arrived. The salon froze. He's coming here! The lady whispered excitedly, adjusting her dress, preparing her charm. But her face changed when my husband walked in, and I stood up to hug him. Then he kissed my forehead. The salon went dead silent. They were stunned. Eyes darted away. Phones suddenly became interesting. The woman who wanted my husband couldn't look at me again. They had been praising the woman behind the man, not knowing they were talking about me. I chose a simple cornrow style. I didn't need to impress anymore. I had been impressed. Later, my husband and I went to the market. I added my own money and bought pepper soup ingredients with goat meat. That evening, I cooked a delicious meal for him. He couldn't believe the change. And that night, I gave him the best bedroom experience he hadn't had in months. He bought me a stylish bag and shoes the next morning. "Where did you get the money?" I asked. "I don't mind taking more soft loans just to make you happy." "Last night was unforgettable," he said, beaming. From that day on, I stopped nagging. I learned to be content with what he gave me. The man I thought wasn't doing enough was someone else's answered prayer. He may not be perfect, but he is perfect for me. He is my imperfect perfection. Value what you have. Some people are praying and fasting for the very thing you take for granted. I hope you learned something from my story.